So more and more today, people are living with their parents longer, moving back in with their parents, or just roommates in general. We got a couple of videos to go over today, and then I want to talk a little more in depth and give my thoughts and opinions on these types of situations. So without any further ado, let's get into these videos real quick because I want to talk about this. This is actually becoming very, very normal.
Maybe moving back in with your parents is the new flex. And let me explain. Like, what if we stop for a second and just stop burning ourselves out on paying rent and paying all these useless bills on places that we don't even own? You know, you save money, you heal, you reset. You finally get to slow down. You finally get to move with intention and save some money. God willing, you got a good relationship with your parents. And I get it. Everybody's so quick to say, oh, you live at home, you live at home. But honestly, I think that is changing. I think that is quickly changing because people are realizing that this economy is not set up for you to live alone and for you to be single in this country. And honestly, I think it's smarter than struggling. I think it's smarter to save home, stay home and make money and save money than saying, oh, well, at least I got my own place. Yeah, you got your own place, but you broke. Shit's changed. And I think we might have to bring back multi-generational housing. Because honestly, we Americans, we're the only one who live like this. We're the only one who clown each other for still living with our folks. It's honestly really stupid because if you can save a lot of money, you can combine your resources, you can get whatever you want. This consumerism, capitalistic society that America has brainwashed into our mind that you have to have your own everything is not normal and it's not necessary. So I don't know, maybe we need to spark some conversations on multi-generational housing again. What y'all think? Maybe move.
So I've had some of you guys send me these videos, types of videos like this. One thing I don't like about the way people are wording this and the way the discussion tends to go is that it's always moving back in with your parents instead of deciding that you're going to live together. I don't know about him specifically, but a lot of the videos I've seen were people that were working, making fairly good money, and just wanting to live there for free and just stack all their money. Now, maybe my way of thinking is different because my parents are not people that grew up with a lot of money. They never inherited nothing. It's been a lot of struggle for them and they're struggling now. So in my mind, I think the benefit would be for everybody. I would like to take weight off of them as well. I like to think that these people are contributing to the household just the same. So everybody has it a little easier. That would make the most sense to me. Because in my mind, I'm like, well, I hope you're trying to do what's good for your parents too. Unless most of the people in these videos just have very wealthy parents. You know, I guess my way of thinking is a little different. And it's going to be for you guys depending on how your situation is specifically. But yeah, let's get into this next video and then I want to talk a little more.
No hate, no shade, no the lady that tweeted this, but a lady said, at 30 years old, you telling me that you moving back in with your parents is just IDK. And what I do K is 45% of millennials and more Gen Zers is moving back in with their parents. And I can tell you why. Firstly, saying things like broke people shouldn't date makes a lot of sense. And I too second that notion. However, it is not realistic. Human beings are going to try to find a companion. And if I'm being honest, the cheapest thing to do right now is Netflix and with Netflix raising their rates every 3.5 months, that's becoming too expensive. We're going to have to bend it over at Barnes & Nobles. People go home to save money and save themselves from drowning in our student loan debt-filled, ratchet-ass economy river, not to impress other people. There is nothing wrong with having standards or wanting a man that's on his feet. However, if you know you cannot respect a man that has fallen off financially, there's no reason to stay in that relationship, belittle him, or ensure that both of you have a negative experience. Just go ahead and find you a man that's more equipped in this economy. And for those listening to this, like, oh yeah, tell her to leave. Typical black single woman rhetoric. Yeah. Leave him. Because if you think a broke man is mean, you ain't never seen a woman with a broke man that wishes he had money. Them ladies are cruel. No hate, no.
So these two videos are a little bit different. I want to talk a little more about what he said, and then we're going to get into her video as well a little bit, because there's a couple things I want to touch on when it comes to like the dating stuff with the economy and living with whoever. To get back to what he said originally, like I said before, my whole thing is, I would like to see more people doing this where everyone benefits, right? I would like to see people doing this because, hey, this is better for everyone. It's more affordable. It's weight off of their shoulders as well. And we kind of just coexist. I do know a lot of people from other countries. And without question, there isn't any person that I know from another country that has this idea of like rugged individualism the same way we do here. I will say off the top of my head, the one thing that would suffer when you move in with like family or like roommates in general is going to be the dating, right? You don't have the privacy. You don't have like just the complete free will to move throughout the place, you know? Other than that, I don't see where it's really much worse or worse at all. And I love my solitude. I love having a place to myself, but also it would be nice to shave the bills down quite a bit. And to segue into that second video with her, again, talking about saving money and student loan debt. In my mind, I think of people that are trying to move in with their parents and just stay there for free and save their own money and whatever. If that's your dynamic, that's fine. But I would like to see more of people doing this so everybody benefits, like families looking out for each other, even friends for that matter. As far as the dating goes, I'm going to be honest with you guys. In the last year, I've had little to no interest in dating. And that's not coming from a place of anger towards women or despise. I make a lot of videos being hard on females that act in ways I'm not a fan of. But that's not coming from a place of disdain, really. I don't want to see anyone sad or see anyone down. I don't have any hatred in my heart for them. I just don't have any real desire to date. And the more I work and the more I focus on money, if I have good months where I do well financially, I want to date even less. I want nothing to do with it. I don't know why that is. I hope it changes. It would be nice to meet somebody that knocks my socks off. But the older the older that I get, the more I'm realizing we are living in a world now where it's just so toxic and shallow. It doesn't feel like a priority to me. And watching these videos and these topics, I think more and more to myself, the fact that I don't care about dating that much, the fact that I see my parents struggling, I think to myself at almost 40, I would like to find a place and have my parents move with me there, a bigger place. It would help me, but it would also help them. I would like to see them struggle less. I don't really care what anybody thinks about that. I don't care if some chick's not going to date me. I couldn't care less. Go to hell. I don't care. Like I've always said, your family's going to love you unconditionally. A dog's going to love you unconditionally. No girl you date will ever love you unconditionally. They just won't. They will not. So whether you agree or disagree, that's fine. Opinions are opinions. But at least to me, I'm not putting dating above my family or my friends even. I'm just not. It's not going to happen. Not in the world that we live today. I just see dating as so shallow and toxic today. Now, granted, let me be clear. Like I said, I am open to someone coming along and knocking my socks off and changing that. That would be awesome. But until that happens, nah. So don't feel ashamed if you live with your parents or you guys live together or roommates or whatever the case may be. Don't be ashamed at all. Who cares? If people care, you don't need them in your life anyway. Any woman that wants to date you or not want to date you because of that, whatever. I would say do what's best for you and everybody involved. Times are hard, man. Times are very hard. This is going to become a lot more common. It already is in a lot of other nationalities, a lot of other, different neighborhoods and stuff. I see it all the time. Most of my Hispanic friends, they have no shame in this at all. No shame. They all work together. They all band together. I see it all the time. Same thing with a lot of my friends from Somalia. I got some friends from, I want to say India, I think is where he's from. Same thing. So I wish more Americans would wake up to this and start kind of thinking this way because I think it would benefit us a lot. We spend a lot of money on trying to look a certain way to impress people that don't like us. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Like the video. If you did like the video, that helps me out. Helps offset the haters. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Till next time, guys, I'm going to leave you the way that I always try to leave you. Take your vitamins, hit the gym, and always stay improving. That's very important. In order to look, feel, smell, and be good, you need to be improving. God bless. Be well. I'm out.